Good day. I welcome you to our channel, and I want to do a short video today on the disciplinary measures in your workplace that's normally governed by the Disciplinary Code, and also how to address grievances. They are, of course, two sides of the same coin. Disciplinary Code is the document that you would utilize to give an indication of what kind of sanction or punishment is given for what kind of offense. And the grievance procedure is the procedure that sets out how an employee, if he or she has a problem or grievance they want to lodge, how they go about doing that. A few things on the disciplinary code. Number one, many people think that it must be applied rigidly. The disciplinary code is not necessary to be applied rigidly. It is a guideline for a chairperson, for instance, in a disciplinary hearing. But it's good, obviously, to take note of that. Very important and linked to that is that it must be applied consistently. You can't apply it differently to different employees. It must be applied consistently throughout. Very important on the disciplinary code. Sometimes people don't have one, and then we implement one and they start issuing disciplinary warnings left, right, and center, and before you know it, they've got 7 employees on final written warnings, and they phone me up and ask me what now, and I say, well, if you want to act consistently and in accordance with your disciplinary code, then obviously now you have to do hearings. And they say, well, we can't lose this person, he or she is too valuable for us. I say, well, you should have thought about that before you started issuing warnings left, right, and center. So be very careful in how you utilize the code. It's not always the best to simply just dish out warnings all over the show and then suddenly find yourself in a position where you may lose 1 or 2 or 3 very good employees with maybe just a minor problem that could have been addressed in another way. In terms of the grievance procedure, very important that you have a grievance procedure that's on paper, that the employees know about. They must know where to find a grievance form if they want to fill it out, and typically that grievance procedure would set out that firstly a direct supervisor will try and address and solve it maybe within the first 2 or 3 days. If not, it'll escalate to middle management, then to senior management, maybe even to a director, and if still not resolved, then maybe to an external person like an attorney or labor consultant that handles your affairs. The disciplinary code and the grievance procedure, very, very important documents. In many instances, people end up at the CCMA and the commissioner will ask, or in a report that comes out, the commissioner will in the award say, first of all, was there a rule? Was the employee aware of that rule? Was it a reasonable rule? And did that employee contravene that rule? And if you don't have a disciplinary code, or anything else to indicate whether the rule was actually there and that it was applied in terms of the disciplinary code. In other words, you had the rule and it was transgressed, and the disciplinary code clearly sets out what the sanction would be for that type of transgression. Then you may find yourself in a very bad position at the CCMA. So very important documents. Make sure you have them in place. They are in many instances overlooked. People think they have a contract of employment and therefore it's not necessary to have those. It's very important to have both those documents in place, and if you don't have them, I would definitely say try and get them in place as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed the short video, and I hope that you're taking home something which is of value. Have a wonderful day and God bless.